Why do most men fail to capture women's interest? The main reason is that they don't have the qualities that women are looking for. In this video, we're going to talk about the 11 things you should never do around girls if you want them to see these qualities in you. Watch to the end, because you're definitely making these mistakes. Point number 1 is to maintain eye contact. If you're the guy who looks away once a girl looks at him, then she's the predator and you're the prey. With such a seemingly insignificant move, you're turning the whole situation against you. You really expect that if you look away, she will think, "Oh, what a manly guy." I highly doubt it. So, my friend, don't turn your gaze off. Let her be the one who looks down, gets embarrassed, and plays with her hair. That's your goal. Never underestimate the power of eye contact. In fact, it's one of the most powerful tools in your body language arsenal. And no, you don't have to stare at her all the time. Look at the person you're talking to about 70% of the time. This way, she'll notice. This guy's confident. It's kind of magnetic, actually. This simple technique will not only make you more confident in the girl's eyes, but also show that you can be trusted. By looking in someone's eyes, you show your interest in them. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact makes you look insecure and unreliable, and in this case, you can forget about any confidential conversation whatsoever. The next taboo goes as follows: never apologize. Well, it may seem surprising, but many men do apologize too often, even if they haven't done anything wrong. This can be seen as weakness and dependence on the woman. How do you replace the phrase "I'm sorry" with more manly alternatives to maintain confidence, you ask? Here are a couple of effective ones. If you're late, instead of rushing to say you're sorry, just relax and say, "Thank you for waiting." Then continue the meeting as if nothing had happened. Everything is fine indeed. You're a busy man. You have other things to do besides girls, and a little lateness shouldn't be taken as a serious concern. If you happen to make a mistake, don't start apologizing right away. Instead, just state, "I see what you mean," and think about what she said. This will show her that you have taken her point into consideration. Or you can just go, "I'll try to do better next time." This kind of approach demonstrates your willingness to improve without showing weakness. Use phrases like these and you'll maintain your dominant position by displaying confidence and control. The next point is that you don't have to agree with everything she says or accept her every suggestion. By agreeing to do something you don't like just to please a girl, you are betraying your own well-being. Like, imagine as if you've traded your favorite hobbies for those that don't interest you in the slightest. Therefore, as soon as you feel obliged to go against your true wishes, a feeling of dissatisfaction arises. You feel like you're going off your own path. Besides, agreeing with whatever she says makes her think of you as a boy who is not capable of thinking on his own. The moment women see this particular weakness, they take advantage of it. The moment a girl notices this weakness, you automatically fall into the friend zone and she starts treating you like a humble servant. She'll call you in the middle of the night to pick her up with her friends from the club, ask you to go shopping with her, and so on. However, it's time to break this cycle of trying to please others. Instead of always saying yes, use the magic word no to take back control of your time and your decisions. Sometimes you have to say no when she asks for help, even if you could easily cope with the task. Don't worry about her, she would have figured out her problem anyway. Don't fail this test. Remember, life is not a stage you have to play for the approval of others. It's about staying true to yourself even when times are rough. Listen to your heart, value your time. If something doesn't feel right, be brave enough to back off. Girls will definitely notice this dedication to principles, making them interested in you even more. Your life is your own story to write, not just a subplot in someone else's story. You are the protagonist of your journey, and it's time for you to take the lead and live life on your own terms. These are the kind of men women tend to be drawn to. The fourth rule of thumb is to never try to appear smarter on a subject than you really are. When most men are asked a question on a topic they don't have a good grasp of, what do? They usually try to pretend to know the answer to make themselves look smarter. The paradox is that it actually makes them look less smart in the eyes of women. Basically, once you get asked about things you don't fully understand, you shouldn't try to wiggle out of it. Instead, be honest and use the following simple phrase: "I don't know." Admitting to the fact that you don't have all the answers in the world and being calm about it are signs of high intelligence and humility. The next time you find yourself in the mentioned situation, just reply, "I don't know. Can you explain it to me?" This will not only make you look smarter in the girl's eyes, but also spark further conversation. Point number 5, never tell women about your problems. For some reason, many guys think that showing their vulnerabilities to a girl is a good way to elicit her sympathy and get comfort, but this is a big mistake. Every woman always wants to see a man as an unshakable warrior who can protect her, not some weak guy who can't handle his own matters. She'll try to get you to talk about your problems and difficulties in life, but it's always a trap. Moreover, girls always have several options from which they choose the best one, the one that stands above the other men. She'll test you out to see if you're better than the other candidates she's talking to, or if you're just like everyone else. Don't share your struggles with her, just say that you're doing well. Even if you are struggling with something, tell her that everything is going according to plan and that these small obstacles only spur you on to become stronger. Unnecessary problem dumping can turn you into a less attractive person in a girl's eyes. Instead of sharing your struggles with her, wait until you've dealt with them and then tell her how you managed to deal with them. This is the difference between a man and a boy. The same goes for all aspects of life. Don't talk too much about your plans either, but rather show results. That's how it's done. This way, she will be able to trust you and see you as a man she can rely on in a difficult moment, a man who knows how to solve problems, not look for consolation and excuses. The 6th rule is to avoid investing too much time into relationships with girls. It's not worth wasting your precious time on someone's endless needs. Imagine yourself throwing your most valuable possessions into a black hole. Every moment you dedicate to someone is a moment of your life that goes away forever. Time is your greatest treasure, not a bargaining chip meant to fulfill never-ending requests. By giving all your time to another person, you actually deprive yourself of the brightest moments of your existence. Your time is yours alone, not someone else's. Strive for balance, spend your time wisely, value it, and dedicate it to activities that stir your passion, promote your growth, and bring you satisfaction. Remember that you are the only one responsible for your use of time. Don't waste it on those who don't appreciate its value. If you value your time and behave in a more selfish way, no, this will not push a girl away. Surprisingly enough, such behavior will attract her to you even more. Women appreciate men who respect their time. She will treasure every moment with you even more. Taboo number 7, don't try to buy her favor. Simply put, don't buy her things or shower her with gifts to win her heart. If she dates you, let it be because of who you are, not because of what you give her. You see, the reality is that if you try to win her over with material items, you're setting yourself up for a trap. Even if it works, she will only be with you because of what she receives from you, not because of a sincere interest. She'll determine the value of your relationship by how much you spend on it, not by the strength of your character or your masculinity, and that's what really attracts them. Masculinity, not the act of buying things. Sure, you can buy things for a girl and maybe she'll temporarily love you more and hang out with you more since she gets stuff in return, but these are not real feelings. They will pass quickly. Relying on it is not only detrimental to your wallet, but also to your self-esteem. At some point, you'll start to question whether she really loves you for who you are and not just for what you give her. Additionally, trying too hard to win her over by constantly purchasing her new things or paying for everything can be backfiring. She may realize that you are compensating for your shortcomings in this way and may decide that you have no other values to offer. Then why should she value you in the first place? A strong and intelligent woman will perceive this as a sign of weakness, and this can lead to her dumping you. Maybe not right away, but she will certainly leave. So be sure to demonstrate your worth through your actions, self-assurance, and character, not through material gifts. Next on in our list is to never confuse her kindness or politeness with flirting. Women are naturally smaller and weaker than men, and that's why they are more likely to be kind and friendly when dealing with strangers, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're flirting with you. Most men misinterpret this friendliness as romantic interest, but there is an easy way to tell the difference. Here's a method that will help you to reveal whether she is attracted to you. Imagine that every conversation with her is a game of ping pong. In ping pong, the ball goes back and forth while the players serve and receive it. A proper conversation should feel the same way, with questions and answers with attention to the words of the interlocutor from both participants. In other words, if during a conversation with a girl you are the one asking all the questions and she doesn't return them, it's like playing ping pong alone with a brick wall. In most cases, this means that she's just being polite, though not interested in talking to you. That said, if she is actively participating in the conversation, answering your questions as well as asking her own, It could mean that she is genuinely interested and you are indeed having a dynamic exchange of information and opinions. Another important point is not to use offensive language in her presence. Some studies have shown that there is no difference in terms of intelligence between people who swear and those who don't. So you might think that swearing is perfectly acceptable, right? Still, another study showed that while swearing does not indicate low intelligence, women still find men who tend to swear less attractive and less intellectually gifted. According to the mentioned study, light swearing around women has a minimal impact on your image. Moderate swearing is okay, but if you use them too often, it will probably affect their perception of you. And finally, serious swearing should be avoided completely when you're around the ladies. Keeping your language clean helps you look more educated and attractive. Rule number 10, never let yourself look worse than she does. Women are naturally inclined to choose men they consider to be better than themselves. It means that if a girl is more appealing and successful than you, she will never be happy with your relationship. This is why you must keep yourself in shape, sort out your wardrobe and style, keep yourself neat and clean, and you'll already look better than most guys she's ever dated. One last point, don't show her that you're ready to sacrifice your friends or family for her. Don't keep yourself at a distance from your friends and family just because you're really into someone else. It would be foolish to destroy the pillars that support you. It would be even more foolish to show it to a girl. Once you isolate yourself from your loved ones just to get her approval, you will immediately appear as weak and dependent on her. She will think of you as a pushover, ready to do anything for her attention. Such behavior does not generate sexual interest in women. Keep a balance in any interpersonal relationship. Your friends and family form a strong bond that serves as your support and source of strength. Appreciate your loyal companions who have been there for you through thick and thin. What else you can't do with girls? Share your ideas in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check out our other useful videos.